My name is Uma Maheshwari Sridhar. The whole country, the Hindus are celebrating Navratri. I thought I will narrate an incident which happened to me about 4 years back. We as a family live in Matunga, Mumbai. We have a twin apartment. My father-in-law and my brother-in-law on one side and my husband and we on the other. We are adjacent to each other. My father-in-law, Dr. Shankar Iyer, is a very noble figure and has a great name as a doctor. He truly treated a medical profession as a noble profession. It was a pleasure taking care of him at 92, which was about 4 years back. He needed help. One day as I was preparing food for him, suddenly he came up to me and said, Uma, Marian will take care of me. You don't have to prepare my food. I was a bit surprised and I went and asked her. She said, yes, I told Appa, Uma needs a break. You will eat what I feed you until I leave. And she was to stay in Bombay for about 7 or 8 days. So this was really very nice of her to have made this offer. I came back and told my husband that since we have about 8 days time, shall we go for some pilgrimage? My husband zeroed in on Vaishno Devi. And I also wanted to see the Golden Temple at Amritsar. And then from there we planned to go to Delhi, if possible, Swami Narayan Temple, and then fly back to Mumbai. I was very, very excited because we were going to a place where I have never been before. Meanwhile, my friend's son came and met us, and when he learned that we were planning to go to Vaishno Devi, he gave a few suggestions. He said, Auntie, you will have to climb wearing a Punjabi dress. Please wear your walking shoes. And there will be a long, long queue for biometric ID because the security is very, very strict in Jammu. And you be mentally prepared for that. Try to climb in the evening and finish up everything by early morning. Don't stuff your stomach. It will be very difficult to climb otherwise. En route also you try to avoid eating. You can have some water or something like that, but you avoid eating. So with all these suggestions, we were so excited. After he left, I suddenly realized that my kneecap problem, which I thought was solved once and for all after I attended Sri Krishnamacharya Yoga Mandiram classes in Chennai, suddenly resurfaced because I had stopped practicing those exercises. Those who have had this kneecap problem know how excruciating the pain can be. It will immobilize you. For me, it was really very bad. But I thought that somehow things will work out all right. Soon I realized that an age-old problem of tennis elbow resurfaced again. Now I was a little worried. Even then I thought by next morning things will be all right. It did not stop with that. I developed an acute cold. I seldom get cold, but if I do catch a cold, then it is really very bad. It will suck all my energy. With all three, my kneecap problem, tennis elbow problem and cold, now my husband was beginning to wonder whether he will be able to make it. But I put my heart and soul to Paramacharya, Shankaracharya of Kanchi MahaPeriyava, and said, somehow you help me. I must climb Vaishno Devi. We must have Mataji's darshan. By next morning, it did not become all right, and now we were wondering whether we should cancel the tickets. But somehow we did not want to, because my son, who had booked the flight ticket to Jammu, from there on to Katra, the hotel stay, and then again Amritsar, and then Delhi, and back to Bombay. Everything was chock-a-block planned, and we did not want to cancel the whole program because it would mean waste of money really. So I just prayed fervently to Paramacharya. உங்க தண்டத்தை பிடிச்சிட்டாவது நான் அம்பாளை தரிசனம் பண்ணணும், வைஷ்ணோ தேவி போயிட்டு வரணும். Meaning, at least by catching on to your stick, I should go and have the darshan of goddess. Soon we decided that come what may, we will go. My husband also said, worst comes, you just sit in the hotel and come back. What else can we do? Let us take a chance and go. So we did go, and when we reached Jammu airport, there were a lot of army personnel. I realized that there is a lot of security threats, and therefore that area is swarming with army personnel. And there was this lady officer who asked us, are you going to Vaishno Devi? She saw us in our Tamil. She knew we were from Tamil Nadu, and she asked, are you going to visit the Mataji shrine? We said yes. She said, please have your biometric done here. And it was over in 2-3 minutes. We were so happy because at least some time has been saved. Then I asked her that we have heard about an ancient Ram temple in Jammu, and if she can help us about that. So she immediately arranged for a boy to go and get us a patpati, and we went there, and she said, you take a bus from there to Katra. I said, the new train they have started from Jammu to Katra, can we? She said, no, you will suffocate. You take the bus, every 5 minutes the bus will be going to Katra. So we decided to go to the temple first. We had darshan there, and then as she said, every 5 minutes the buses were plying. We got on to that, and when we were nearing Katra, we told the bus driver and the conductor that if in case our hotel where we had booked came earlier, he should stop for a minute so that we could alight. They said okay. But as we crossed that hotel, almost about to cross that hotel, a passenger from behind said, did you want to get down at this hotel? Then suddenly we stopped the driver from proceeding further. We thanked the gentleman who was a stranger, and we got into the hotel. It was around 2:40 or so in the afternoon. So we were wondering whether we will get no onion, no garlic food, because we don't consume them. So when we went and told them, can we have this kind of a food? They said, here nobody uses onion and garlic. So that was a pleasant surprise for us. We had our lunch, and then around 7 we started to ascend the mountain. Now I was very, very serious. We saw that they were selling certain things for offerings to Mataji, and so we also took some silver offerings and he said that you can get a few seconds more extra because you are offering all these things. You can have a good darshan. You can get your prasad and come back. So we were very happy we took that, and I was just chanting Shankaracharya, Paramacharya's 108 Ashtotra Shatanamavali. Throughout I was just chanting that because I knew I had a problem. At the same time I wanted to have the darshan. So as we were proceeding, which was quite a long distance, because I think around 7 kilometers you have the Ardha Kuwari, which is half the distance, and many people opt out after just reaching there. But I wanted to make it to the whole distance. I was realizing that it had started raining very badly, and as we were proceeding, it was a bit slippery also. We were somehow managing because I was very, very serious, and I was just praying to God, to Paramacharya, that I should somehow make it. As we were doing that, one fair Subagili came and gave a stick to us, and she said, you use this. So we were using that, and after some time, when we were comfortably, I passed it on to some other person who was in need of it. And after eating Ardha Kuwari, we decided that we will not halt here. Since it was raining, we naturally got drenched, but that did not stop us. We were just proceeding with a single pointed devotion that we should have Mataji's darshan. So as we were proceeding, we decided to just drink water from the rainwater which was falling from the hills. It was pure mineral water, I should say. We just drank that directly, and we went on and on. Towards 12 o'clock or so, we reached the darshan area, close to that. So we decided that we should have a bath before making all these offerings, because we generally go to a temple after bathing. And strictly speaking, the next day had begun. So we had our bath and we stood there, and I was very happy that we could make it, because only the previous day I was almost accusingly telling Paramacharya, what is this? You cannot forsake me. Somehow you should help me out. I was literally pleading to him, begging him, almost accusing him that he should not forsake me. And here I was, it was really very nice that I could manage to climb this mountain. And after 2 hours of bathing, because it was really pouring badly and the next batch was not allowed inside, at 2:10 a.m. we had her darshan. I was ecstatic because she was ravishing, she was beautiful, she was elegant, she was majestic as the rains and the fine nature in its finest glory. It was raining above, it was raining down, there was lightning above, there was lightning down. It was fantastic. It was fantastic. The experience was great. And I asked for Prasad, they said you can collect it somewhere over there. I had her darshan to my heart's content. It was just a matter of few seconds, but still it remained etched in my mind. After that we came out and I said, I am really very happy we made it. I must only thank Paramacharya for this. He only made me. What tennis elbow, what kneecap problem, what cold, maybe some semblance of some cold, maybe. But nothing deterred and nothing was there. As I climbed, all these things had simply vanished. It was impossible, and scientifically you can never explain all these things. Because I am sure people who have this kneecap problem know how excruciatingly painful it will be. That I was able to see Mataji was only because of Paramacharya's blessings, because I prayed only to him and I chanted his name only throughout while climbing up. I was not at all shattered when I saw so many pilgrims stopping at Ardhagwari because of inclement weather. I just thought we will go, and finally it was done. Now happily I told my husband, I am so happy we did it. Now descent is a greater problem for those who have kneecap issues, and so I'll take a pony down. He said, what? How can you even think of making use of a poor hapless creature? It cannot even complain. No way you're taking a pony. Then I said, okay, how about a palanquin? Some people are coming up in the palanquin, I can just go down in that. I asked, a fellow human being, carrying another person? No. If you want, you go like that. I will meet you down somewhere. I said, Arre Baba, I don't want all these things. I will come with you, because as such I am hearing so many announcements being made, but so and so is lost. Please come and claim them here, and so on and so forth. I didn't want to take any of those risks. I said, okay, I will go. I will go with you. He advised me that after a few minutes you can rest somewhere, but not for more than a minute. Because once you break the chain, it will be very difficult. So we decided to proceed down, and then we realized the extent of devastation that had taken place. No wonder we were stopped for 2 hours. There is a lot of asbestos sheets on top of our heads, so that the stones and rocks that keep tumbling down don't fall on our head. In some places, we found that there were large holes even in those asbestos sheets, and the pilgrims or whoever it is had cleared the way as and when possible. So as I was climbing down, every time I would literally slap on a chair, literally slap myself down, because I was tired for the first time, because it was taking a toll. And after some time, a minute or so again, I would proceed. Like this, there's a railing here, and then after some time, nothing else, and then after some time, there are some seats there, and then something else. And as once I was going downhill, I just went and sat on a chair. It broke. I did not know it was a broken chair. And I almost fell on my back, and back down, deep down, it's a gorge. So some total stranger pilgrim simply lifted me and pulled me out. I don't know who it was, but I was a little shaken, because that they have a broken chair, So I thought that should be kept aside, because like me, no other pilgrim should suffer. So like this, we were coming down, and 7 a.m. sharp, we reached the foothills. So 7 p.m. we started, 12 o'clock we reached, 5 hours, and 2:10 after the darshan, around maybe after 5 minutes or so we started the descent. 7 we reached, almost 5 hours. So I think around 13 kilometers or so, I think the whole thing climbing, and 13 plus 13 I think. So it was a wonderful, wonderful experience, because we have never drunk water like that, direct rain water, the mineral water. We had never seen so many, so many pilgrims were there, small babies were there. All had faith. That was what was driving them. I was extremely happy. We came down, and then we went and had a darshan of Golden Temple Amritsar. And then we went to Delhi, and then as we landed in Mumbai back, Marianne and my brother-in-law Shikhar flew back to America. Perfect timing. So I was so happy, and I was settling down back when my neighbor's father-in-law came from down south. He asked another boy to just escort him to our place. And he came in, and we were very happy. He's about 80 plus. He's a Sri Vidya Upasaka and Paramacharya's ardent devotee. When this elderly gentleman came, he told us that I have something to give you. We were wondering what. He said, I had a dream. Paramacharya told me, you please hand this over to, and told my name. She is living in one of the top floors of where your son is living in Bombay. This is for her. So he said, this is Paramacharya's Agnya, or order, so to say. And then he gave me something. I was speechless, because for a long time when my photo of Paramacharya with his both the feet visible got spoiled, and I did not have something like that for me to wash his photo frame and put chandan and kumkum. Here he was giving me a treasure which I had wanted for a long time, and he gave it to me and said, this is for you. So I was truly delighted. This is that photo wherein the feet of Padaravindam of Paramacharya is there, and I could use it in my puja room and pray to this Paramacharya's picture daily. I was in ninth heaven really. So I just explained to him the whole thing about how Paramacharya helped me to climb Vaishnav Devi despite all odds against it. So he listened to the entire episode closing his eyes. So as I was about to finish and said, I am now doubly happy that I have also got Paramacharya's picture now. He closed his eyes, and still closing his eyes, he said, the Somangali who gave you the dandam was none other than Ambal. We were taken aback. But heart of hearts, I felt that Ambal, Paramacharya are all one and the same. When I narrated this incident, my nephew said, Uma Chiti, it is your willpower. But I beg to differ. He said mind over matter or blah blah blah. But I felt that my mind, my matter, my soul, everything I had surrendered to Paramacharya. Without his grace, I simply could not have managed to climb such a distance with so many difficulties. These are real difficulties. So I was doubly happy, and so after returning from our trip, I realized that whatever problem you have, you can talk to him. I weep to him, I cry to him, I talk to him, I laugh to him, I squeal in delight when something nice happens. Whatever we buy, maybe a mobile phone or dress, or we offer it to him first. For us, Paramacharya is everything, and he has never let us down, really. If at all he has let us down, it is just to show that we too have to face our karma. But he has given us the strength, the mental strength to bear it. I am very, very grateful to my parents for having introduced our family to Paramacharya.